Finally. This fight has been rumored to happen for months. And it was always postponed because Oleksandr Usyk would, get an injury in training camp or something. I remember one time he injured his bicep or something. And then, of course, the whole pandemic crap that they had to push all the boxing got canceled for a bit. But they're finally going to fight on Halloween. Now, this is a big deal not for Dereck Chisora, more so for Oleksandr Usyk. Although, I shouldn't say that because Dereck Chisora, if he were to beat Oleksandr Usyk, a lot of people will probably give him a lot of credit because Usyk is a former undisputed cruiserweight champion. So that would look amazing on Dereck Chisora. Matter of fact, that would be the best victory in Dereck Chisora's entire career, right? If he were to do that, that would be the best victory in his career. So that would actually be a big deal for Dereck Chisora. I take that back, what I just said. That would be a big deal for Dereck Chisora if he were to beat Usyk. And wouldn't that also make him the mandatory for Anthony Joshua's WBO belt? Can you imagine Anthony Joshua versus Dereck Chisora for the WBO belt? Imagine that. It might happen, but so yeah, that would kind of be a big deal for Dereck Chisora because that would be his biggest win. But this is also a big deal, in my opinion, really more so for Oleksandr Usyk, because this is going to answer a lot of questions for him as a heavyweight, okay? Because, Dereck Chisora has said it himself, he's never had a heavyweight chase him down, and I have a big feeling that Del Boy is going to be chasing down Oleksandr Usyk. He's going to be on him all night the way he typically fights. And he's, 240 pounds, 6'2", so he's going to have this guy on him all night. We saw what happened to Dillian Whyte when he had Dereck Chisora on him all night. He gassed out. He was exhausted. So could Usyk keep Chisora, this big heavyweight, off him? The difference between Dillian Whyte and Usyk is obviously the leg work, foot speed. Usyk he actually uses his legs. Like, he moves. And I think that's going to play a factor. I think you're going to see him moving in and out against Chisora, who's going to be applying the pressure. And he's going to be coming in, throwing a bunch of combinations, and then zooming out. Okay? To me, what would be impressive would be if Usyk would be able to knock out Chisora. I don't see that happening because I never considered Usyk a big puncher, even when he was fighting at cruiserweight. I've never looked at Usyk like he was a big puncher. But that would impress me if he's able to knock him out, because most people have not knocked out or have not stopped Dereck Chisora. Only a few. So that would be impressive is if he was able to stop Chisora. But if he does stop him, I don't see him stopping him with one punch KO. I see him stopping him with accumulation of punches. But I want to, and like I said, if you can't beat Dereck Chisora, I don't see you ever being a champion at heavyweight, because Dereck Chisora is not heavyweight championship material. He's not world heavyweight championship material. There's a reason why Dereck Chisora has never won a world championship belt, right? He's never won a world championship belt because he's not world championship material. If he was, he would have been a world champion. He always comes up short against the guys who are the upper echelon of the heavyweight division. And Dereck Chisora is just one of those guys where he's a good test. He's a good contender, but he's just not able to become a champion. And Tyson Fury said it to his face years ago. Remember in the second fight when they had that rematch, Tyson Fury looked at Dereck Chisora dead in his face, and he told him in his face, "You're never gonna become a champion. Like, you're a decent fighter. You're a decent fighter, but you don't have what it takes to become a champion." He said that to Dereck Chisora's face 6 years ago, and 6 years later, Dereck Chisora is still not a champion. And I agreed with Tyson Fury when he said that back then, because Tyson Fury knew that Dereck Chisora just is not world championship level material. So that's why I say, if you can't beat Dereck Chisora, you're never going to become a champion at heavyweight. So Usyk, if he is going to ever become a champion, he has to be able to beat someone like Dereck Chisora. you have to be able to beat someone like Del Boy. This is a good test for Usyk. It will be a good win for Chisora, because he would probably get a title shot. Although, you know, I don't really think he deserves a title shot, to be honest with you. But I want to see how Usyk deals with pressure. I want to see how Usyk's power at heavyweight is compared to, because I've seen Dereck Chisora take punches from big guys like Dillian White. Obviously, he got knocked out by Dillian White. He fought guys like Vitaly Klitschko. He fought guys like David Haye. He's fought big punchers. So I want to see how he takes the punching power of Usyk. Is he able to just eat Usyk's punching power? If he is able to just eat and walk right through Usyk's punching power, that's gonna let me know that Usyk is not a big puncher. But I do think that because he's a smaller guy, Usyk, naturally, he's probably gonna be faster. So that's gonna be interesting, because a lot of times when you're faster, you're going to be able to throw faster combinations. So that means he's probably going to be able to land several punches on Dereck Chisora, because Dereck Chisora is very hittable. He's going to be able to land several punches. So that's what I'm saying. If he does manage to stop Dereck Chisora, it might be an accumulation of punishment, because he might be able to like rock his head back with like 4 punches in a row or some shit. So there's a lot of questions. Who do you guys think wins? Dereck Chisora or Usyk? It's going to happen soon. I'm picking Usyk. But you can never really count Dereck Chisora out. I mean, this is a new weight division for Usyk. And Dereck Chisora is a guy who, he's kind of like an upsetter. You know, he has upset fighters in the past. You know, I thought he was going to lose to Carlos Takam, and he didn't. He came and he beat him. So what do you guys think of that fight? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you.